Today I'm going to cover the process of removing conformal coating from a printed circuit board using a solvent-based coating remover or stripper. This might be required when repairing or refurbishing electronic devices. There are solvents that are effective at removing acrylic, silicone, and urethane conformal coatings. Two-part epoxies and parylene coatings cannot generally be cleaned using this method. If all you're doing is replacing a component or working on an isolated area, there are coating removers available in pen packaging. You first saturate the pen tip by pressing it down on a hard surface a few times, which quickly opens and closes the valve, allowing solvent to flow through the tip material. You then simply scrub the surface you intend to strip. You may have to allow the solvent to flow and sit on the board's surface to give the solvent a chance to break down the coating. As coating resin builds up on the tip, you will need to rub it off onto white material and resaturate the tip before continuing. To remove conformal coating from the entire circuit board, you will need to find a container large enough for the board to fit and soak in the solvent. Look for something made of stainless steel and avoid aluminum and certainly plastics, which can be affected by the harsh solvents we'll be using. Many of these solvents can cause health issues if exposure is too high over a prolonged period. Use gloves made of solvent-resistant material like nitrile and safety glasses or goggles to keep the solvent out of your eyes. Consider a face shield if you plan to do a lot of scrubbing, which will also keep the solvent out of your mouth and nose. Additional safety equipment and garments might be needed depending on the expected exposure level. You will also need very good ventilation to draw the fumes away from you. You'll want a brush to help break down the coating or help separate it from the board surface. A stiff natural bristle is recommended because it can absorb solvent and does not risk scratching board or component surfaces. I have a large and small brush that have a flat cut on one side for cleaning larger surfaces and a pointed trim on the other side for more aggressive scrubbing and getting into tight areas. Completely soak the board in solvent for at least an hour. The amount of time and the need for additional scrubbing will depend on the type of coating and its thickness. Acrylic tends to be the easiest to remove. It often fully dissolves or only requires a minor amount of scrubbing. Silicone and urethane, on the other hand, may require a long soak time and greater agitation. The solvent may only separate the coating from the surface of the board, but you can use the brush to help with the separation. Allow the solvent to flow over the board as you scrub, but don't put the board back into the contaminated solvent. Rinse with fresh solvent and repeat as necessary. You can use a separate container for rinsing if further soaking is needed. Allow the board to fully dry before plugging it back in. After it's dry, you can check your work with a UV black light inspection lamp. If you see any glowing areas, repeat the rinsing process. Contact TechSpray if you have any questions or need production recommendations.